Hi, good people. With everything about P. Diddy trading, I have come across some videos about his relationship with T.D. Jakes, Bishop T.D. Jakes, and I thought, okay, that will be worth discussing. Now, mind you, people are very protective of their man of God. Some of them believe that it's a no-go zone. But people, 2024 is an year of exposing. God is exposing things that have been done in the dark.
The evidence for you. Finally, a family friend comes out and speaks. A close individual that was around and in the circle spills the beans.
She claimed that Serita was aware of T.D. Jakes' homosexuality prior to their marriage, suggesting that she entered into the union as a means to conceal his lifestyle. This decision was purportedly made without hesitation, attributed to T.D. Jakes' acceptance of Serita and her two sons, who were not biologically his own. The source emphasized how T.D. Jakes embraced Serita and treated her children as if they were his own, creating a strong bond that seemingly led to unwavering loyalty from Serita. Feel free to check out the full podcast on her channel by clicking the link in the description below. To explore these revelations further, take a listen to this specific episode on the podcast. Kindly listen through the entire audio as the end consists of the most shocking information.
Anything I share here, I'm not worried about being sued. And just to be sure that anyone listening understands that, I will be giving the first initial of names, okay? There are people talking who are just sharing rumors, but not all of us are sharing rumors, okay? I had a mentor. From 1999 to 2000, she was my mentor. Mr. R, okay, his first name started with an R, so Mr. R used to be a boarder in her home. Now, my mentor told me Mr. R is gay, and his wife knows he's gay. Mr. R was a part of the ministerial staff. He became a minister, and he was very close to T.D. Jakes, okay? And she said he told her that, he was going to share some things with her that she could never tell anybody. And so later on, she tells me and a few other people that he did come. They had set up a time and day for him to come to our house. He came and he talked with her for several hours, just divulging stuff, behind the scenes ministry stuff. And she told us some things I can never tell y'all, but what he did tell her was that T.D. Jakes was gay, and that T.D. Jakes had a relationship with a man. Now, I will stop and say, whether that man was Mr. R, I don't know, because she never told us that. But then she told us, there are things I can never say, I can never tell, because I swore, that I wouldn't tell, some of the stuff that he told me. I'll tell you, as soon as they got through talking, she left that church, my mentor did, and it devastated her. Not too long after the things that Mr. R shared with her and swore her to secrecy to, she had a stroke. I always believed, and I still believe it now, that it was the stuff he told her that contributed to her having that stroke, because the timeline was just too close. The Jakes have 5 children, boys. Both their names start with a J. One is light-skinned, one is dark-skinned. It is true that the 2 older sons are gay. The 2 older sons are not his biologically. They're not the sons of Jakes. Now, the sons, one is darker skinned. The darker skinned son is the one who was caught in Keys Park many years ago. Now, those 2 sons, they are not the biological children of Thomas, okay? Before, Serita was a teen mom, okay? She had both of the boys when she was a young woman. And sometime later, I don't know if it was years, I don't know the time frame between her having and her meeting Thomas. That part of their story, I don't know. But one of the great things that made her fall in love with Thomas was that he accepted her 2 boys. And yes, he did later adopt them. So he's the man that raised them, because I don't know anything about their biological father, y'all. I don't know who he is. That's the part I can't say. my mentor told me, and I'll never forget this, there was a time when the Jakes lived near what is not White Rock Lake in Dallas. Okay, they had a home. They used to have a home over there. And she told me her friend was part of this group of people that had gone to the house. But I don't know how many sessions they had, but this was a time, as I said earlier, where people kind of saw homosexuality differently, especially in the church. And so they believed that it was an evil spirit and it could be cast out. And so she was telling me that the friend had said that they had had a few sessions at the Jakes' home where they were trying to cast the devil out of these two boys. And I remember, I'll never forget, she said to me, she said, and they said every time they would get to a point where they thought they were going to cast him out, Jakes would leave the room. Why? I don't know. What he was leaving the room for, I don't know. When all the stuff comes out over the next days and weeks about Thomas, T.D. Jakes, which stands for Thomas Dexter, for those who may not know, I don't want to assume everyone knows what that stands for. I want all of you to understand that Serita was a part of the cover-up. So very often when things come out about these husbands, the wives, the wives get to play innocent. People assume they're innocent, kind of like the Vanessa Long, Eddie Long situation. People assume they're innocent. The wife kind of skates off and people look at her like, "Aw," but that's never the case. It's never the case. When women like Serita go along, participate in, when I say participating, I don't mean necessarily the act, I just mean go along with the cover-up and pretending that it's not what it is, that's what makes these things go on for years and years and years, because as women we have power, and when we leave a man, people know something's up. What I'm saying is when it all comes out, I don't want anyone to be like, "Aw, poor Serita." No, it's not going to be poor Serita. People have gotten information back to Serita for years about her husband. But there came a time when certain things were getting back to her, and then he took over her email. Listen, Thomas buys Serita's clothes. He's always bought her clothes. And so you got to understand the kind of state Serita was in when she met Thomas. What would she have done if she left him? She didn't have nothing. She had nothing. She came from nothing. She was a coal miner's daughter. When I say she came from nothing, I don't mean she as a person isn't valuable. What I'm saying is she didn't come from prestige or money or anything like that. She was a poor girl who had come from upside a mountain in West Virginia. And it was because of him that, she is and has all that she does. So I don't know. I'm not trying to get into her mind and understand why she stayed, why she was okay with him having these extramarital relationships. I don't know. All I know is I'm not even sure if she would have ever had anything had it not been for him. And so maybe she felt some sort of devotion to him because of that. I don't know. And he did take her 2 sons that she had out of wedlock. Again, not a shaming statement. I'm just saying that because that's the phrase we used to use. And he raised them. I won't be shocked by anything that comes out, but I do know a lot of people are. And I just hope that they don't put it in the lap of God. God doesn't have anything to do with these folks' messes and schemes and sleeping around and whoremongering. He has nothing to do with it. You have to understand it wasn't God allowing, it was us allowing. These rumors have been out for years. How come the church never held him accountable? Maybe he would have sat down years ago.
Despite being called a power bottom on social media, T.D. Jakes' wife is firmly in his corner. She shared a very telling social media post just hours after news broke of T.D. Jakes' alleged Hollywood scandal. She said, "What if I told you that our challenges are part of God's plan to strengthen us?" She continued by saying that Bishop Jakes proclaimed 2024 as the year of cleansing your palate. This means we're upsetting the devil by speaking prosperity into the areas where we lack confidence. Because no matter what we face, we know our victory is already in place through God's strength. T.D. Jakes has seen his reputation ripped to shreds, thanks to rapper P. Diddy. T.D. Jakes has been a trending topic on social media amid wild allegations linking him to music moguls' freak parties. Jakes found himself topping the X Trends list. During a recent online church service on YouTube, Jakes addressed the accusations in his sermon, stating that he believes them to be entirely untrue and wanted to set the record straight. Last week, there was reports on social media claiming that Jakes is gay and attends parties hosted by Diddy, where he's said to engage in wild activities like sexual involvement with multiple men. However, Jakes wanted to clear up all the rumors and mentioned that he'll talk about everything directly when the time is right. He said, "I didn't come to convince you or nobody, because I know who I am. That is not what this is about. You can think about whatever you want to think. I came to do my job. I came to prophesy as I was commanded. I came to hear the Master say, 'Well done, thou good and faithful servant.'" Jakes continued by saying he will not use this sacred day at this sacred pulpit to address a lie when he have a chance to preach the truth. Amid online rumors linking TD Jakes to Diddy, a spokesperson for the Jakes issued a statement to address the speculation. In the statement, Jordan Mora says, "The recent claims circulating on pockets of social media about Bishop TD Jakes are unequivocally false and baseless." He says what has always been true, in the words of the late Pastor Charles H. "If you want the truth to go round the world, you must hire an express train to pull it. But if you want a lie to go round the world, it will fly. It is as light as a feather, and a breath will carry it." Diddy faced sexual assault claims after Cassie's lawsuit in November. He settled with her the next day. Allegations include drugging and sexually assaulting a college student in 1991. He also did the same to two women with Aaron Hall, singer and songwriter, over 30 years ago, and the sexual slavery of a 17-year-old. Diddy stepped down from Revolt Network's chairman role. Diddy denied all accusations in a recent statement. He said enough is enough. "For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy." He continued by saying that sickening allegations have been made against him by individuals looking for a quick payday. "Let me be absolutely clear, I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth," Diddy added. Persons on social media commented on the matter. One user said, "This seems too familiar. Just not long ago we were dealing with this same behavior from R. Kelly. He said that he was totally innocent, but he was later found guilty, so let's just sit back and see what happens. Like most people. I really hope this is not true." Another user said, As a pastor I say that when we hang around dirt we get dirty. The church once promoted scripture advising and teaching separate lifestyles. Diddy has never come to the church, yet Bishop is seen at his house and at several parties. There are many people in the body who are babies and confused. Conviction should be to protect them. He should demand a public statement from Diddy. We are accountable to each other and protect the gospel with our lifestyle. Say what you want. There needs to be accountability. His statement says, "I know who I am." The problem is the blood of the innocent need not be smeared in this way. Pride and embarrassment is on the name of the church. Another user added, "I'm just going to wait and watch for the receipts. What's in the well always comes up in the bucket." The podcast testimony strongly indicates that Jake harbors numerous secrets, with revelations expected to unfold gradually in the coming days. Anyway, I
hope you watched the video from beginning to the end. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Remember to subscribe, like the video, please. It's very important to like the video and share with people who may be interested. Bye.